Hot Potato is the best game for practicing vocab in your English classes. It's powerful, fun, and adaptable to all situations. I'm Will from Enchanted ESL, and in this video I'll explain what Hot Potato is, how to play it, and then how to tweak it to suit your class. Hot Potato is a game you can use with any class size. However, if you do have a group of 20 or more, it might be worth splitting them up and playing two simultaneous games. And there's no setup, you don't need any materials to play, not even a potato. Just get everyone to stand in a circle and you're ready to go. The energy level is quite high, so it's perfect for kids. Adults might need a bit more encouragement, or you could adapt it to make it less vigorous. Playing the game is super simple. You need to decide on a category of vocabulary, for example food. Make sure the category is big enough to have lots and lots of words in. For example, colours isn't a great category because there aren't that many words. However, food, there are hundreds. So, everybody gets into a circle. You start the game by juggling an imaginary potato. Say a word in the category and then pass the potato to the person to your left. Now they catch the potato and they do the same. They can only pass the potato on when they've said a word in the category. Students love to mind juggling the potato while they're thinking. Keep going all the way around the circle. When somebody can't think of a word, I usually give them 5 to 10 seconds depending on their level. They repeat a word that somebody else said, or they just say a completely wrong word, then they are burned. Oh no, they burnt their hand. Now they have to juggle with just one hand. The next time they get burned, they lose the other hand and have to juggle on their knees. And after that, they juggle on their head. And finally, if their head gets burned, they're out of the game. If you have time in your class, keep going until there's only one person left standing. Do you think Hot Potato sounds like a fun addition to your classroom? Hit the like button to let me know, and it helps support the channel. Thanks. To be honest, I rarely let the game get to the point where there's only one student left. By that time you've got quite a few students standing around getting bored and you don't want them to be inactive. I usually end it long before then. After about 5 or 10 minutes with all that exercise, people get tired. And if your students don't want to get up and mind the juggles, don't force them to. You're just going to make them hate the game. Instead, you can just play a calm version of the game where people just go around in a circle and say the words. Another difficulty can be judging which words have been repeated. It's difficult to remember which ones have already been said, so consider writing them down as your students play. Pro tip, this is a super way of assessing your students' vocab without it feeling like a test. However, this does mean that you can't take part yourself, and I do recommend taking part if you can. Not only do students like to see you involved, but you can introduce new words on your turn. Now, you may be tempted to use a ball or even a real potato. Don't. Trust me, as soon as you introduce throwing and catching, that will become the centre of attention and not the English words. You don't want the ball flying around the classroom, going under tables and just generally being a nuisance. Another good tip, tell your students to think of a word when it's not their turn. That means that when it is their turn, they're not put on the spot, their minds won't go blank and they won't enter into a panic. This way the game goes around the circle a lot faster, and it's more enjoyable. I love using Hot Potato in the last 5 to 10 minutes of a class for some physical activity and to leave the lesson on a high. And it's really good for reviewing previously learned vocabulary. Making vocab practice enjoyable helps the words stick a lot more than traditional techniques. And if you're looking to boost your students' vocab, check out this video I made about hacking the mind. It's the first part of my big, super powerful guide to teaching vocabulary in English. So go check it out. But for now, I've been Will from Enchanted ESL, wishing you all the joy and success in your teaching. See ya.